What is up with this week in Warcraft? Hey, it's Soul, and you can help support the channel by liking this video, subscribing for more WoW coverage, and catching me live wherever I'm streaming. And at the end is a new Bob track. He wrote it himself, not me. Don't look at me, I'm already embarrassed just talking about this. Season 1 of The War Within, not Dragonflight, but The War Within, begins this week and tell you what's actually available and what to do. The PvP season begins, including bloody tokens starting to drop from War Mode and the Battleground Blitz Mode. On the raid side of things, normal and heroic difficulty of the upcoming Nirubar raid opens up along with the first wing of Raid Finder. Unless we're hit with a surprise, we shouldn't need to complete a questline to enter, but for now, let's keep an open mind. You need an item level of 567 to queue up for Raid Finder, and this week we get the actual first 3 bosses, not the weird skip of doing like the first 2 and then, oh no, it's Smolderon. Notable items from this wing include a tank trinket from the first boss, a healing and caster trinket from the second boss, and the third boss is a doozy. It drops tier tokens for gloves, and on the rare item loot table, which by the way is an independent role, there's a leatherworking pattern and a neck that has this really neat effect. It returns mana to the person who heals the wearer of this item, so imagine if like a whole raid was wearing this. That might be pretty cool. The dungeon season begins, which shifts focus away from half of the War Within dungeons, and these are the dungeons we'll be running on Heroic, Mythic Zeros, and higher. Arakara, City of Threads, the Dawnbreaker, and Stone Vault will stick around, and the other season dungeons will include Grim Patrol from Cataclysm, Mist of Tir Scythe, and Necrotic Wake from Shadowlands, and the Siege of Borealis from Battle for Azeroth. All 8 of the original War Within dungeons can still be run on normal/follower difficulty. I'm not sure if heroic dungeons are going to be made to be harder, but they're supposed to give a slight item level bump in gear rewards. Mythic Zeros will open up and will award item level 593 veteran gear, just a step below starting champion gear. Hopefully you've been working your way towards that during the preseason, farming up easy heroics, because the difficulty is going to suddenly spike up to your current gear level. The world boss should also be available. I'm not sure what order it's going to go in, but let's go in zone order, and I guess Kordrak is going to be the first world boss. He can be found just outside Dornogal at these coordinates, so let's see how laggy the zone gets. Delves are fully opening up with the start of the season, so I'm going to assume you know the very basics, and let's take you through the full feature. You can start progressing up the Delve difficulty curve by clearing one difficulty after the next without losing too many revives. This is your skill check for diving deeper and getting better rewards. There's no skipping difficulties, but the progression is shared across the account. At difficulty level 4, you have 5 revives, and as you climb higher, that decreases down to 3. When it comes to progress, it doesn't matter if the delve is bountiful, you can repeat the same one at higher and higher difficulty, at least that was based on earlier testing. Bountiful delves are actually just regular delves with better loot. You can identify these with the brighter icon, and the entrance to the delve will glow. By clearing bountiful delves with lives remaining, a special box awaits, and opening it requires a delve key. Unlike horrific visions, where you could fail an attempt and lose a key, bountiful delves will wait until you achieve success. Then you can spend your key to get extra goodies. If the delve is more than you can handle, or if you die too much, hey, that's cool, no keys are depleted. You might have been told to save your keys, and with the season started, now is the time to start putting these to use at your own discretion. Clearing a bountiful delve at higher levels and with revives give better rewards, and I'm going to cut to the chase. Clearing a bountiful 5 gives veteran gear, and a bountiful 7 gives champion gear. Your progression here counts towards the Great Vault too, where a 4 gives champion gear in the vault, a 7 gives hero gear, and an 8 maxes out at level 3 hero gear. In the case of the vault, it doesn't appear you need to clear bountiful delves to get credit. In theory, one could start the week going straight for a 7 or 8 delve once they have it unlocked, clear 2, and then there's your credit, see you next week. Based on this, a goal to possibly set for yourself is to clear bountiful 7s this week for a bunch of champion level gear, or 8 would be even better. Your mileage will vary, of course, so it's up to you as you dive deeper when you want to start using keys. And remember, this is your game. Please progress at your own pace, and no one's gonna vote to kick you out of a delve. A few reminders here: you want to utilize Bran to the max. There's really no shame speccing him for healing and giving him utilities, and he still deals more than his share of damage. Especially early on, make sure you're combing through delves in search of extra experience to keep Bran powered up. As you reach higher difficulties and use keys, you'll get upgrades to his relics to make his ability stronger, and don't forget to use those to activate the upgrades. Finally, you can check your progress in the season window and choose delves on the right hand side to check out brand spec, to look at your Great Vault, as well as your season progression above. As for Zekfir, the not-so-hidden boss, he's going to be available once you clear every delve at level 11, and we'll talk more as soon as we can actually fight the guy. While clearing bountiful delves, you'll earn Radiant Echoes. These can be used to activate a certain world event in Kazalgar, similar to the Radiant Echoes pre-expansion event. These can be used at any time and in a group, though everyone needs to use their Radiant Echoes in order to participate. Rewards include Valor Stones and more key fragments for delves. I can't be sure exactly how many Valor Stones or key fragments are given. I can only say this gives more opportunities to run delves in case you're jonesing for some more gear. You can start up a more difficult Radiant Echoes event with 5 Radiant Fragments per person for better rewards. As for how much better though, I wasn't able to verify, so let's keep an eye out on this because it's got the potential to be a way to earn Valor Stones faster than traditional methods. I'll explain the Great Vault. The PvP row is gone, replaced by the World row, and we'll get to that. The raid and dungeon rows are nothing new, with up to 6 raid bosses needing to be killed to fill up that row, 8 dungeons for the dungeon row. The World row counts for both outdoor activities and delves, and like the other rows, it's going to give rewards based on the lowest of the 2, the 4, or the 8 things you have done. So let's say you cleared 2 level 8 delves and nothing else but outdoor content. So what you're going to get is 1 piece of hero gear and considerably less powerful gear filling up the rest of the row. I imagine most motivated players are going to go for delves in this first week, and it's not hard to see why, as Mythic Plus isn't really a thing, and it's less of a crapshoot pushing for level 7 or 8 delves as opposed to defeating 8 heroic bosses. There are a few things we learned from last week. For example, sometimes a very important story-based weekly might take the place of the World Soul weekly that we saw previously. Everything still works out the same. Your first 2 chests will give gear, the next 2 will give keys, and the rest you just get for crests and gold and, reputation, good karma, and whatever. This should also be a Spark week, and from the looks of it, it's given whenever you get a cache, so be free, do what you like and get your weeklies out of the way. We can also say with good confidence now that outdoor rares give reputation on a weekly cooldown. If there's any targeting to be done, fire up that rare scanner and be on the lookout for some action. Let's talk up other events this week. The World Quest bonus event is in play, giving rep bonuses and a quest to complete 10 world quests. It's not confirmed, but I'm willing to bet that this is a warband-wide quest for reputation. I know it's just a day or so before reset, but take a look at your map and see if there are any world quests you can save for later and get a nice rep bonus. Although actually a better idea would be, if you happen to have an alt, would be to take this character that you might have been neglecting and then complete every world quest you can on them, including the weekly quest if they're level 80. That'll give you the easiest rep gains, and then just keep an eye out each day for more world quests throughout the week. So to summarize how to get the most and best stuff this week, here are the bullet points. Pick up the weekly quests and complete at least 2 world activities for your half spark and 2 pieces of veteran gear. With all that gear in hand, run Raid Finder for chances at more veteran gear and maybe a tier piece, and knock out the world boss. Progress through delves at as high of a level as you can get, and when you find that sweet spot, start using bountiful keys to get better gear. 7s would be great, 8s even better. From here, it's all in your playstyle. You can run Mythic Zeros for practice, you can progress into normal or heroic raids, maybe get a new piece of epic gear crafted for you. Also, save your catalyst charge for when the time is right, preferably when you're trying to complete a set bonus. And that wraps up everything coming this week, which is, kind of a lot throughout the week. We can also expect another PTR build with maybe some new surprises and pretty things to look at. The drops and supporter streamer promotions are still going on over on Twitch, so I invite you over to hang out and get some easy rewards. Please like the video, subscribe for more coverage, and here's Bob to close us out. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
So I have no song to cover, I'll just tell you what to do. Start the week off right by picking up everything that's blue. Then you check the mail and get sad, check the table and get mad, 'cause there's no way a cutie's worth a tinder box. That's freaking crazy. Then you do the things you care about, the pressure's all on you. Get 2 chests for gear and get 2 more for delves to do. Then you go around your warband, fly around the new land, then celebrate doing this for another 20 years. Until you're 90. Done.